Hey everyone, Dan from Dizzy Cat, and I just wanted to show you a little bit about what the course is going to look like. And as you can see, we have a little bit of the website that we're building. Obviously, it's very bare bones, but I wanted to show you how we're actually going to jump into the actual CSS and HTML features. And we're not going to be using click and drag editors here. I think they're honestly, some people might like them, but honestly, I don't, because if you really want to be a web developer, designer, no one's going to take you seriously if you use a click and drag editor. There's no way you'll get a job that way. I mean, it's fine for people that just do it for a hobby, but you got to learn how to code. So what we have here is we have a container. I call this the call to action section. So I want to put a background image that spans full width of the page, and I want the text to overlay it, so I want the text in front. So I just want a nice, clean image in the back, just to spice it up, because right now it looks kind of boring. So we're going to go into our code, and we're going to get a background image set for that. So right now we have our HTML page set up. And so this is the nav bar that we're going to code from scratch. None of this stuff is going to be here when we first begin, and we're going to code it all, and then we're going to go all the way down from the page and make sure everything works. So here's our call to action section. So what we're going to do is this container right here, we need to edit that somehow and tell it that we want to put a background image there. So what we're going to do is we're going to create an ID for this container. So ID equals, and we're just going to call it CTA for, and that's going to stand for call to action. So we know that's our call to action section. So save that, and then we're going to hop over to your launch CSS file that we have going. As you can see, we got a lot of CSS that we're going to be doing from scratch here. So I have stuff already sitting here, but see, we have another thing for CTA, but I deleted it just for this purposes. So we're going to create CTA ID, and then we're gonna get the background image set up. So background image. So this is the proper syntax to link to background images. So it's sitting on my local computer right now, so we have to do that this notation first for it to go back to the root directory. So images, and then I have a file there, a photo file right there called cta.jpe, and then you always end every line here with a semicolon. So let's save that and see if anything came up here. Okay, so you did see that a background image showed up, but you know, our image is pretty large here. So and it's like that for a reason, because we are building for multiple devices. So we're building for mobile, but we're also building for people who are using large screens as well. So this isn't going to work for us right now, because if you've looked at the course at all, you know that there should be a balloon, a bunch of balloons actually in here. It's a nice metaphor, but we want to position the background image so that we can see that stuff, because right now we're just seeing some sky. So let's go back, and the next thing we're going to do is called background size, and we're going to set that to cover. And then save your CSS file again. Update. See, we're getting there now. And so what we want to do is, we're not done, so we got to go back. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to position the actual image. So we can, if I go back into this, we can switch it up, and we can say, I want this image to go up higher on the screen. So let's do that. We're going to set background position, and then we're going to do a center bottom. And I have this. You guys don't have to do this. You can set it to whatever you want. You don't have to follow everything exactly like I say, but you should, just for grading purposes. So I'm setting a minimum height for 400 pixels. So that means the vertical height. So on any size screen, it has to be 400 pixels, and the browser won't let it go below that. So let's save that. Look at that. Now, I like that. That will work for us. But now you can see the last part of it is schedule a free consultation, and all that text there is in black, and that could get a little bit tough to see, as you can see down there. So we want to set a color for the font that sits in this container. So if we wanted to add more text, it's going to show up the color that we tell it, because we're making a rule inside of that ID that says everything that's in here text-wise is going to be white. So, and I'll show you how to do that. And it takes one line of code. You just type sorry about that, color FFF. You can use the hex, which means white, and then you save it, and there you go. We're all set. So this is pretty much what the course is going to be like. I'm gonna bring you step by step through the entire thing. So when we start, the navigation bar is not even going to be here. It's going to be a blank white canvas. We're going to start from the top, and we're going to build the entire site and make sure it's responsive. So when you go back and forth, you know, on your screens, right now not everything's set up, but this is just for an example. But everything's going to be fit to whatever screen it's on, and it's going to be great. So I hope to see you guys in the course, and good luck.